The American President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy are trading jabs. Trump is calling Zelenskyy a dictator and blaming Kiev for his country's conflict with Russia. Zelenskyy in turn said he would like Trump's team to be more truthful. This comes after talks about ending the war were held without Ukraine at the table. The U.S. president spoke about him again earlier this evening.
He refuses to have elections, is low in the real Ukrainian polls. I mean, a dictator without elections. Zelenskyy better move fast or he's not going to have a country left. Got to move fast because that war is going in the wrong direction. In the meantime, we're successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia.
So what do we make of all of this? Let's turn now to Maria Popova, an associate professor of political science at McGill University, and she has published extensive research on Russia's war on Ukraine, and she joins us live tonight from Montreal. Maria, I want to start with your reaction to what we've heard from both presidents in the past 24 hours.
So it's interesting because it's not really trading jabs per se. It's Trump saying things that are evidently not true, and Zelenskyy responding with facts. Because in reality, Zelenskyy is indeed elected. He cannot run elections again because there is martial law. There's martial law because Russia is attacking Ukraine. The UK during World War II didn't hold elections for 10 years precisely for the same reason, because there was martial law and the UK wasn't even occupied. Trump is also saying untruths, lies about Zelenskyy's rating. We actually know what his rating is. It's 63% according to the latest polls conducted by Ukrainian and also academics, and also academics from Manchester University, George Washington University, and Humboldt University in Germany. So we know the facts, and these are not what Trump is saying. And so it is when Zelenskyy says that Trump at this point is relaying Russian disinformation, that is in fact the truth.
Yeah, so you're talking about the approval rating and Trump referring to whatever 4% that, as you point out,
right,
is not close to being true. So, I mean, a lot of people, Maria, are just shaking their heads at this, and they're really worried about what this signals in terms of the United States' position towards Ukraine and their position towards Russia. And so for you, someone who has ties to that region, who has studied that region, how do you feel about all of this?
So I have indeed studied the region as an outsider for 20 years. And what is really clear over the last 3 years, what we've seen over the last 3 days, is a 180-degree pivot by the Trump administration, turning the U.S. from an ally of Ukraine that was supporting Ukraine in resisting the aggression from Russia into really an adversary of Ukraine, trying to negotiate with Russia as a partner. We have in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, explicitly talking about a new renewed partnership between the U.S. and Russia on common geopolitical and economic interests. That's a quote from Marco Rubio. So that is what we're facing right now, not just Ukraine, but also Europe and also Canada. We're facing a budding alliance between Trump's U.S. administration and Putin's Russia.
We have just 30 seconds. You know, of course, a lot of Canadians have ties to Ukraine, are watching this very closely. Is there a meaningful role for Canada to play in all of this?
So Canada can continue to support Ukraine. Canada needs to step up defense spending for our own sake. But we also need to work with Europe to figure out a plan to back Ukraine, given that right now the U.S. administration is planning to abandon Ukraine, if not even turn into adversary and hurt Ukraine outright.
Maria, it's always nice to hear your perspective on these issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maria Popova, an associate professor of political science at McGill University, and she is in Montreal.